Hi guys. Just getting myself ready. Thank you for being here. I'm just going to check that it's working.
Getting myself ready. Being here.
I'm
just going to
a
check
little
that
bit.
It's working. Getting myself ready.
Wait a minute.
Being here. I am just going.
Let me clean the. I just need to clean the. Huh? Is it? Let me just see. I had to clean. I think it's better. I'm looking funny. It doesn't matter. I always look funny. Okay, let me just.
Okay. I always look funny.
Okay. Let's hope the internet works fine. Okay, I'm just gonna go back. Let me put this. All right. Okay. So they like I said before in my previous video, I want to start doing something. I want to get back to this channel and start having some conversation of about the disclosure itself, but the idea of this channel was always to apply it. I want to apply it to my life, to our lives, and I want to apply it so it is useful, like useful, not yet just more information and that's it. I mean, we're not a database. We want to be able to use this information and have a physical or an emotional how can I say this? Something that we can use and that it's important in our lives. Not something small. I think that this information can help us achieve more, can help us be better, can help us be happier and thrive here instead of just constantly living in fear, because I think that we have a lot of fear in ourselves, to be honest, and we have such a high threshold of how much fear we can tolerate that what we consider normal is way too high. And we don't realize it, so we don't consider that the idea that maybe there's fear within us and we really need to figure out a way to get rid of it and transmute the energy, if you want to see it that way, so that we can thrive. And that's why I want to have more conversations, and I've decided to do these lives more often. I would love it if it's every 3 days or at least twice a week. So they're not going to be so long. Hopefully, no more than 45 minutes. And I'm thinking 30 minutes would be great, so I can keep it going. It would be easier. Hello, AHT1406. You changed your name. Yours was different before. How are you? Thank you for being here. And so I have read your comments on what you would like to see or what you would like to talk about and have conversations about. So I'm going to start the conversation, and I'm going to start with what I am currently going through in my life and what I've been doing. And it's along the quantum mechanics. So we're going right into physics. We go right into philosophy, I guess, a bit of history, which leads us to the fear aspect of what I was just saying, which I think it's something that we have not realized yet. And that's why we are just not understanding or cannot seem to make changes. I think a lot of us are a little bit stuck in some ways, which is why we are here. I mean, it's all about frequency, and this is where it takes me to the next step. Alfredo, yes, that was your name before. Thank you. I don't know why, but my and it's been happening to a lot of people that our memory are like getting shorter and shorter, and I think it's the fear factor, to be honest. Anyway, just gonna start. I've always kind of wanted to understand what is going on here on this planet. Before the disclosure, I came to the conclusion that it was something that I just was never going to understand. To be honest, I thought, that's it, I give up. I've tried to understand what the heck is going on, and I just cannot. So I thought, I will find out once I die and I can see it from another point of view. I'll realize what's going on, but I just cannot figure this out. And I remember that about 2 years later, I found the disclosure. Did I get the disclosure? And then everything changed for me. And so, society that we live in, that we all interact with, this moment in time, I believe, and I really have no doubt about it, started in the 1800s. Why? I'm thinking a lot of people say it's because, and the Tagetans say as well, they do resets. They, and who's they? They do resets, and they start a new society. So this society started, from what I can gather, in the 1800s. Now, what was before? What type of society did we have before? We just never know. And to be honest, history, what they tell us, it's a lie. To be honest, I don't believe any of it. Some of it may be true. They probably take some history from here, from over here, and they put it together and they twist it, and they, and they give us that history that makes absolutely no sense. I mean, don't give me the story of suddenly the society was born out of nowhere and suddenly the society just vanished. Typical of history, right? You have these societies that here that they flourish and then they die. This one flourished and then they die. I'm like, what the heck? And that's it. That's all they tell us. It's annoying. It annoys me so much. So I thought, okay, how about we go back to the time at Tiamat Wars? Before the planet was destroyed, there was already, obviously, a frequency of fear in this planet and around it, right? Obviously, because the planet was destroyed, right? And there were wars. So there was a frequency that was similar to, I guess, the frequency that we have now, right? Hasn't changed. Why? Well, if we look at it from a higher level, if we want to have an experience of duality, of an experience of the one we are having, this type of reality, we need duality, or else it cannot exist. Duality, that we need something that we like, something that we don't like, something that gives us pain, something that gives us joy, something that makes us cry, something that makes us laugh. So we need that duality for this life to be lived and experienced. So I get that. Okay. But I've always wanted to know how it came to be this society now, and the problem with the Federation. And this is how I see it. After the planet was destroyed and the water just went everywhere and we had the floods, this was about 10 to 12,000 years ago, apparently. I'm thinking more of a 10,000 years ago. I don't think it was that far back. And obviously, that created a lot of fear on people on this planet, especially the ones that stayed. The ones that were able to leave, well, I don't know what they could be doing right now. But I think that that frequency of fear continued. And obviously, the whole problem with the planet being destroyed, it really brought a lot of fear into the people here that stayed. And I think that fear has not left and it's still going on. So for anything to change on this planet, if we want it to change because it creates chaos, it's too much. I think it just needs to something we need to start doing ourselves in our own lives. Is that where it connects to, I think, threshold of fear of frustration, sadness. The threshold is too high. And we think of it as normal and we live these lives thinking that I'm fine. How are you? Yeah, I'm doing really well. But I think that's, I think we're constantly feeling this fear, which is really the frequency that we don't want in this planet. So then we say, how can we change? Why is this happening? And I think it's obviously it's us. I mean, if you are here, unfortunately, it is you as well, me as well, who is keeping this frequency so low here. We have to, I think, we should never really blame the Federation or the Tortons or anybody else. We have to, I think, just take the responsibility of saying, I think it's us, we're in it. You know, if it's not us, we wouldn't be here. We would be somewhere else. But for some reason, we have this frequency that is a match to this planet. So it is really up to us to see how we deal with this frequency and to change it. We basically need to become someone else. We need a different focus. And the thing is that one of the things that I had to work on is the idea of cabal, the Illuminati, the secret societies, these people that run the world, I guess, who make up the governments and so on. I always thought, how can we deal with something that is just above us? I mean, it's like we're like at the mercy of them. And it's something that I just couldn't grab a hold of. It was like I was constantly fighting against it. It was like constant them and us, and how we can shield ourselves, how we can be aware that something is happening in society and we have to be careful. You know, this constant fear of what's around the corner. And I think all of it is just making it worse. We're making it worse. It's a good idea that we got all this information from the Tibetans in my case. But the thing is to use it so we have less fear. We have more control. And I think in some way it might be doing the opposite. Because we are still giving the power away to the cabal, to what the government is doing. And we're just not looking at ourselves to fix it. Because if we think that cabal is out there, I think cabal is inside our houses. It's right here with us. It's in our heads. It's our fear. That fear that you have, that you don't know where it's coming from, I think that's our cabal. And when we focus on something for so long, year after year, going on 100 years, 500 years, 1,000 years, 2,000 years, when you focus on something, it becomes real, like real with matter. And when we focus so many people on that, on the fear, it grows and grows and grows. And then we have cabal, we have the Illuminati, we have the secret societies. Of course we do. But who focused on them? We did. Whether I was here 1,000 or 2,000 years ago, I didn't focus on them then, but I am focusing on them now because I am here. Right? So this monster that we created and that we keep creating, it's because we focus on it. And because we focus on it, because we focus on our own fear. Whether it's the fear of the cabal or whether it's the fear that we have inside of personal problems when we were small, our parents did this, I had a problem at school, I was left alone, I was abandoned. Whatever story you have, that's your fear. Whether it's your fear, personal fear, or the fear of the cabal, it's the same thing. It's the frequency of fear. Do you know what I'm saying? So I thought, so I don't have to worry about these government. I don't have to worry about the cabal. I don't have to worry about resets. No, I have to worry about my own fear. When I was abandoned, when my mother did this, when my father did this, when at school I had this, when at work this happened, whatever that was, I have to take care of my own fear because that's the cabal. The cabal is not in the Vatican. It is the Vatican, but that's not it. It's our own fear that's feeding it. They're thriving on this fear, and we do not connect our own suffering in our lives because we see it comes from our family. We see it that it comes from what happened at school when we were 10 years old, or what happened at home with whoever. We see it as a different thing. We don't make the connection. It's the same thing. It's fear. Fear is fear. It doesn't matter where it comes from. Fear is fear. And cabal is a concentration of fear. Imagine a planet being destroyed that's just out there and we are here. What that creates in the solar system, how the planets, oh my God, it must have been just horrible. So we have this fear within us, and that it mirrors on what we create when going to school, on what we create within our family, on what we create at work, whatever that may be. It's the same thing. So if we want to get rid of, I don't know how else to say it, of cabal, for me, the Vatican, I have to take care of my own fear. I never saw it that way so clearly. I have to take care of my own fear, and the Vatican will take care of itself because that's my reality. Isn't it crazy? It's easier than we think. And I think we have a responsibility over our lives and what we focus on. Because cabal exists because we focus on it. Each and every one of us have energy that creates. And cabal, it's created by us every single day. And we keep doing it just by being in fear. You may not have fear of the church that's down the street, but if you have fear within you, whatever that fear is, you are basically just focusing on fear. That will reflect outside of you. So you will see it in your government, you will see it at work, you will see it when going to work, when you're going on holiday, you'll see it in the news, obviously. The news will never change if we don't change our own personal focus. What are we focusing on? It's so important. What the hell are we focusing on? And I'm telling you, the threshold of fear, it's so high within us, we think it's normal. so we don't do anything about it. It's kind of for me it has been a game changer. For me it has been life changing. I have realized this and I'm just in awe. Like, this is not so difficult, but as well at the same time, I'm just surprised at the amount of fear and frustration and anger I've lived with without realizing it. And now that I'm taking care of it because I saw it so clearly, one day I sat down and I thought, this was a few weeks ago, and I thought, wait a minute, I think I deserve better. I think we deserve better, right? We deserve better. We deserve a better government. We deserve a better life. We deserve a life that you live in your own personal life. And I think that having this information from the Tibetans, that they were able to explain things that are happening behind the curtain, I think we should use it. We should use it to get a hold of ourselves, to grab the responsibility that has always been there for us to take, because we gave that responsibility to our parents, we gave that responsibility to teachers, we gave the responsibility to the government. And of course we did. That's what they teach you from when you are 5, 6, 7 years old until you're grown up. Going to school, they tell you over and over again to give your power away and to do as they say. So we give our responsibility to the outside. Oh, but it was my family. Oh, but my mother did it. Oh, for years I had to tolerate my father and put, we give our power away, our responsibility. We are responsible for it, what we focus on. And I think we have to stop focusing. Nobody likes it. Nobody likes the Vatican. And this cabal thing and the Illuminati, it's good that the Tibetans were able to explain it to us. At least for me, that they were able to explain it to me in such a way that it made sense. These secret societies, these things that you saw in the world that made no sense to you. Even in the streets, the way that they are designed. And then, you have people who are interpreting these codes that are on the streets, these monuments, and we just go past them and have no idea. And the Tibetans come and say, when you see this type of structure, it means that Cabal is there and the other Masons are there. And then you open your eyes and you say, oh my God, it's true. So like Cabal is everywhere. Good, now we know what's happening. But it doesn't mean that we just have to know and that's it. No, the idea is then to take responsibility of what we're going to do with that information. And for me, I have to take responsibility of my fear. And I think that's the basis of all this. Fear, because what does Cabal and the Illuminati and all these idiots, for example, in the government, right? What do they do? For one way or another, we have fear. We don't trust them. It's like they are in charge of our lives. For example, if you own a house, if you don't pay taxes, guess what happens to your house? You don't have a house anymore. You're living on the street. What? Are you kidding me? That's fear. It's insane. We're constantly. So I think the responsibility that we need is we need to take it back. I think we gave it away. And we don't realize it, that we keep giving it away. I don't want to live like that anymore. I don't want to complain about the government. I don't want to complain about that church. I live right beside a church. Can you believe it? I mean, it's like a joke. Are you kidding me? I don't want to complain about that anymore. I don't want to say, oh well, I'm just gonna have to meditate and try to figure out how to how I'm gonna fix a problem that's always gonna be there. I think I got tired of it. And I think that's one of the ways to fix it. If it needs fixing, I guess. But at the end of the day, I cannot do this for anyone. I'm not here to do this for anybody. I'm not here to save the world. I'm not someone important that is here to help people to get out of the matrix. Or no, I think it's just up to each of us to understand what we want in our lives, what we want to experience. And maybe there are some people that are locked in this experience over and over again, because the fear that we have within us, we don't even realize it. I don't think so. I don't think. And then we say, why is this happening? Why am I still here? It's because this fear is still there. And sincerely, I don't want to die with fear in this body. No way in hell. I want to get rid of it. I want to transmute it. I want to change. No, I don't want to. I think it's important to try and see what's happening within us and get a hold of it. It's important. How are you guys? Mr. Javed, it's nice to see you again. Better way, hi. Anyway, I had to see. Okay, so that's 28 minutes. Oh, good. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about. There's a lot to talk about there. And I think I will leave it at that. Yeah, it's a new thing I'm going to start doing. Just having these little conversations. And then that conversation will lead to another one. I will read your comments and that will lead to another one. And I'm going to add them to the next live and keep having these conversations. Because the idea for me is to use the information that we got from Tibetans. Simple as that. Use it so that we thrive. Use it so that we're happier. Use it so that we are living a life that we like, whether it's in a house that you wanted in a beachfront house, or you want 3 cars, or whatever the hell you want. I don't care what you want, but something that makes you happy, to thrive. I think that's the whole idea. Whatever makes you happy and that you're actually living it, not just dreaming about it for years and nothing happens and just saying, well, at least I've got this, you want 3 cars and you say, well, at least I have a bicycle. No, get your 3 cars. That's the whole idea. And some people say, well, it's not very spiritual. Yes, it is spiritual. 3 cars is spiritual. And that's one little thing that I might go over 30 minutes. This is the part that gets to me that I don't agree with. I was listening to this guy who was doing an interview, and he said something interesting, and they were talking about quantum physics, quantum mechanics, the quantum field, and I thought, I don't think he gets it, because he said, oh no, I am more into, and I understand, I'm not judging him, no, but he said something that helped me understand things better as well. He said, no, I'm not like other people who want to do, to have a jet and or to have a spaceship so that I can go to Mars. I want to go within, I want to explore the inside, the quantum field. I want to go in instead of out. And as I listened to this person, I thought, wait a minute. And the light bulb just went on. And I thought, I'm so glad he said that. Because if you really get the quantum field, if you really get this, you will understand. He said he doesn't care about going to Mars. Well, if we are here, we are focusing on something, right? Because we are real. We are having an experience. So we are focusing on something. Yeah? So I'm focusing myself on being Elizabeth. So I am here. And if I go within, I go on this path. Right? If I start thinking about meditating and going within, I go this path. We're talking about the quantum field here. And if I go this way, I go outside. I start looking at technology, working with technology, see how I can get to Mars. Well, if you go this way, you get to Mars. But if you go this way, you get to Mars. Just in a different path. Because the quantum field is this. It's a circle. So whether you go within or you go without, you go to the same place. Once you get that, so going within or going without, whether you want to have a spaceship to get to Mars or whether you want to just sit there and think and go in, you will get to Mars. That's the thing. So it doesn't matter. But the thing is that to do something that makes you happy, but we're judging, oh, no 3 cars, just a bike, because I'm spiritual. You're not getting it. That's not spiritual. That's cabal spiritual. I cannot do with a bike. I want a car that's comfortable. Has to be kind of big. Anyway. Better Way says, fear is the blunt tool, but knowledge is the regaining of our sovereignty. Don't be too harsh on yourself with the fact you now see so clearly. What we need to do is recalibration of self. Yeah. Oh, I'm not being harsh on myself. What I am is, when you decide that you just need to change and you're like, I am changing now. Yes or yes. That's the only path I want. That's what I meant. That's it. But the thing is that pushed me to see so many things. It's kind of interesting. And this topic about the quantum field, oh my God, I love it. It's very interesting. But that's for another day. That's a topic for another day because that'll take me another half an hour. And the idea is to just make it half an hour. Okay, so thank you very much for being here. It's lovely talking to you. If you have anything to say, please do so in the comments. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Let me see how I go here and I end the stream here and the stream. I think that's it.